Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am about to share a video with you that I find deeply disturbing on so many levels. Number one, the fact that this FedEx driver had to go through this or have this experience with this white male. He is a black male, and as he stated in his video, he is doing a service and does not expect to be mistreated in the way that he has been. Anyway, I'm going to roll the video, then I will be right back.
What the fuck is the point of all of this protest shit if it don't work? I'm in the country right now and I'm delivering. And I'm sitting at a fucking stop and I'm waiting to get out. There's a lot of cars waiting. And as I'm getting the package out the back of the truck, some fucking hick speeds around me, damn near hit me, called me a nigger, and spit on me. Oh my God, dude. I want to bury somebody right now. Why? Why so much hate? Why so much hate? Why? I don't even cry. Like, that shit just... Oh, my God. Almost hit me. Called me a nigger and then spit on me. Spit on me? Really? Wow. Just wow. Wow. Called me a nigger and spit on me and almost hit me. Wow. Why? Why so much hate? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand. I got white family. My dad's white. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm literally stopped right now. I'm not even fucking doing anything right now. I can't even think straight right now. This shit is horrible. I think it's a lot worse than a lot of people think. It's a lot worse. Racism is live. And if any of you ever had to fucking go through that shit firsthand, if any of you ever had to fucking experience racism firsthand, I promise you, it's not that shit. Like, I'm usually really good with words. I really don't let that shit get to me. But when you almost hit me and spit on me and call me a nigger, what? This world is so fucked up. So fucked up. I can't even fucking work right now. Wow. I just had to share that with y'all. And I work for FedEx. I'm doing you guys a service, and that's what I get in return.
Now, as you saw, the video was deeply disturbing. The fact that this FedEx driver had this experience is appalling, but it's something that at this stage in the game should have been something that I don't think should have brought him to tears. I don't think this should have brought him to tears because we're in 2020, and for the past 400 years, this is the type of experience that we've had in this country. Way worse. The young man sounded almost as if this was something new to him, that it was something that he wasn't familiar with. And he said if anyone who has ever had to go through a racist experience, he said it almost as if he didn't think racist experiences existed. And so I feel really bad for him because he is a young man. And at his age, I do believe that it should have been well known to him that this is the American experience for so-called black people. I'm in no way shocked by the treatment that he received because I've received that treatment before. He was very disturbed and distraught and brought to tears because he was called the N-word. He was spat upon, and the guy tried to run him down. I've had those experiences, minus the spitting, but I did have something much worse where a young white man, when I was a teenager, he literally took his elbow and hit me in the chest so hard that it knocked the wind out of me, okay? Knocked the wind out of me. And so these types of aggressions that these people put out there are just well known. It's like etched in stone. And so for this young man to be crying, that to me was a little bit too much. It was disturbing. Now, for those of you who say everyone deal with these types of things differently, again, at this stage in the game, I don't think our men need to be caught crying because of what a white man has done to them. Okay? I just don't think we have to have a show of strength in this day and age. Okay? I don't mean a show of aggression, especially initiated, but a show of strength. Something like that would make me angry. Okay? That would anger me. But it wouldn't bring me to tears. And I'm sorry, I just don't think that that is what our men should be doing at this stage in the game with something like that. I can definitely understand sharing the experience with everyone so that they can know and understand what he has gone through. But on the replay of that, I'm pretty sure that anyone looking at this video could see that that is not a show of strength when faced with something like this. We are seeing racial incident after racial incident, and we have for a very long time. Think about our people who were back in the 60s, where they were just doing some horrendous things. Look at Black Wall Street. Look at Rosewood. Look at the race wars in the 1920s. I mean, look at the lynchings and what happened to Emmett Till and just so many others. I can't believe at this stage in the game any black person is shocked by the behavior of these people. I saw another video where this white woman just went batty on this black woman for parking in front of her house, but it was a public parking. She has a right to park there, but she's very calm. The black woman's very calm, but the white woman is just going out of her mind, calling the black woman all kinds of names. But then the white woman's husband or friend or male friend or whatever he was, boyfriend, comes and tells the black woman she's an awful woman. Now, if you look at the video, he's telling her that she's an awful woman, and all she's doing is standing there filming and saying that, why do I have to move from this parking spot, pretty much, that this is a public road. And his woman is there calling this black woman all kinds of names, getting all up in her face, being very aggressive. But in his mentally ill, demonic mind, he calls the black woman an awful woman. So you got to know that something is not connecting right. There's a spiritual deficiency. There's a mental deficiency. And I hate to say it, but even for so-called black people, there's a mental deficiency when we are brought to tears. I'm sorry. When we are brought to tears because of racial treatment by these people. Now, if someone put physical pain on you, okay, I understand being brought to tears if someone is twisting your arm or beating you or something like that. But someone spitting on you, I would be angry as hell. I'm sorry, I would not cry over that. I would be upset. I would be angered, okay? And again, it doesn't matter if you all agree with me, because I see things differently. You see things differently. Maybe you think that we should all go around crying and weeping over what these people do to us so that maybe they'll soften up and lessen the blows. But I don't see it that way. I don't see that we should be crying and weeping and marching and begging and groveling and just doing all of this stuff because they are not moved by it. They know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Okay? And even those who are complicit with it by silence, who don't speak up about it or make excuses for it or justify it somehow, don't think that after 400 years, these people are clueless as to how black people are treated in this country. I mean, even Joe Biden said that he's only interested in giving reparations if Native Americans are included. This is because he doesn't know true history, that the first Native Americans were black and that they were whited out because of their seed being infiltrated. When you look at the Whited Out series, you can see what has happened to the human landscape, how it was whited out. And so now you have people in Australia who they call the Aboriginals who have been watered down and whited out, but they are getting reparations for what happened to their black ancestors. Same with Native Americans. I'm not saying that what they have gotten is enough, but to look at it in the way that they're looking at it, where these people who are literally the offspring of white men, when you go far enough back because of the seed line of the indigenous black Native Americans being infiltrated, they are literally giving reparations or land or perks to their own offspring, right? If you go back in history and you look at what happened when Christopher Columbus and his crew and all of these Spanish conquistadors and all of them, when you see what they did to the natives, they are the ones who whited out the seed. And so the Native Americans you see today are not the original. They are a watered down, whited out version. This is facts. This is science. This is true. And so anyone who is bothered by this information, I can't help you. Is factual, okay? Just because you were taught something in the history books of the public school system, I was about to say something else, the public school system doesn't mean that it is right. They have mistold the history of this country in so many ways, on so many levels. This is why to this day, they still celebrate Columbus Day when he was a mass murderer. Re-educate yourself. Stop crying over what white people do to us, okay? I'm not saying to go out and just be aggressive and do this, that, and the other. But when you are faced with these things, by all means, don't break down in tears because they are not moved by it. And the only reason why so-called black people are moved by it is because we think that if they see us cry enough and beg enough and march enough and grovel enough and sing, we shall overcome enough. We think that somehow we can vote our way out of oppression. But this was all written in the story before the foundation of the world, so it is what it is. We've got to learn how to deal with it by learning history so that you can better equip yourself for the days ahead. With that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.